You wouldn't think that making a game about professional wrestling, or as Vince McMahon would prefer you call it, sports entertainment, would be as hard as the modern WWE games make it out to be. Every yearly iteration of the WWE game adds a few new items like any good sports game would, but the core problem remains. They take it way too seriously. The annual 2K WWE games treat professional wrestling like it's a real sport, and with it bring a lot of mechanics that assume everything happening on your TV screen is real. It's a simulation of something that doesn't actually happen. In my opinion, the industry is far better suited by arcade gameplay. And the mainline WWF games used to be way more arcadey. Back in the N64 days, both the WWF and the WCW were putting out titles that didn't treat wrestling like some super serious endeavor. They made it fun. Sure, it may have been due to the limitations of the systems, but a lot of people will point to these games as the last time a pro wrestling game was actually entertaining. However, there's a somewhat hidden gem that people have forgotten about: WWE All-Stars. From the word go, you can tell that All-Stars is trying to do something different than the standard WWE fare. The wrestlers are presented as extremely exaggerated versions of themselves, with enormous torsos and more muscles than I think exist on the human body, and it lends itself to the gameplay style quite well. And that's because, in All-Stars, instead of the game playing like some awkward simulation of human movement, you're instead treated as something not unlike a fighting game or brawler, with relatively basic inputs and simple combos resulting in a ton of crazy moves, like jumping 20 feet up off the top rope. Even beyond the in-ring gameplay, All-Stars nails the over-the-top boisterous aspects of WWE promos in its campaign modes. There are 3 of these: one for old-school WWF featuring The Undertaker and Paul Bearer, one for the more modern sensibilities of the WWE featuring Randy Orton, and a final one featuring Degeneration X. Actually playing through these campaigns isn't all that different from free play, which is sort of disappointing, but the promos scattered throughout with their incredible renders, styling, and animation make them absolutely worth going through. WWE All-Stars is about as irreverent as it could possibly be, while still under the watchful eye of the WWE's brand management team. And it manages to do a lot of really great things with what freedom it does have. I wonder what could have happened if they would have been given even more freedom, or if this series would have kept going. But for me, personally, this is the sort of WWE game I want to play. Now, I understand why some people would prefer to play a more simulation-esque title, but I watch wrestling for the silliness and the absurdity that so often stems from it. And All-Stars does a great job of evoking that part, a part of the business that isn't touched on in video game form all that often. All-Stars is moderately priced on the used market right now, around what most 360 or PS3 games will run you, and either of those versions will give you a great experience. However, this also came out on pretty much every other relevant platform, from the PSP to the 3DS to the PS2, and for those versions I have no real concept of their quality. Every Friday, I look at a game that was ignored when it came out, or has been forgotten since. Games that people have missed for one reason or another. And I tell you why you should go back and play them. If you like that idea, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see all the latest videos I do. If you like this review in particular, be sure to hit that like button, and thanks for watching.